Steph Curry and his father Dell, 24 father-son tandems in the history of the NBA. For the Houston Rockets without Yao Ming, how will the season go? You got to look at Trevor Ariza and our starting lineups. First for the Rockets with Aaron Brooks, the quickness out of Oregon, with Trevor Ariza, Shane Battier, Luis Scola, the Argentinian, and Chuck Hayes at 6'6", playing center. Don't forget he was SEC Defensive Player of the Year, though, at Kentucky. Steph Curry, Monte Ellis, with Steven Jackson at the forward spot, with Ronny Turiaf and Andres Biedrins up front.
Interesting starting lineup, because all during training camp until he hurt his back, it was going to be Anthony Randolph in that starting lineup. So it's going to be Ronny Turiaf. Don Nelson wants to remain big. He realizes how important rebounding is to this group of individuals in order for them to have success.
The Rockets played last night in Portland, lost 96-87. The question for Houston is, who gets the ball at crunch time? Who is their go-to guy? You don't have McGrady, and you don't have Yao, and you've swapped Ariza for Artest. They're a very different ball club from the one that won 53 and 55 the last 2 years.
Bob, 67 points you lose without McGrady, Yao Ming, and Ron Artest. And now you've got role players who now are thrust into go-to players. We'll talk about that.
Curry being watched by Brooks. Jackson on the roll and laying it up and in. Now you saw Scola's not going to try to block a shot. He's trying to lay down and get a charge. It's going to be different if the Warriors attack inside. Trying to take advantage of Curry. Size-wise, he knocks it away. Curry with a steal. His first NBA shot off iron.
Would have brought the house down.
Final preseason game, Steph Curry had 6 steals.
With the league with steals. Got great hands and great knowledge and great vision.
He's been staying down, and Chuck Hayes took too many steps. Jim Barnett, our Toyota keys to the ball game. What do you got, partner?
Well, first of all, you've got to play at a very fast pace. You're more athletic than teams are going to face, particularly this Houston group. Pressure Aaron Brooks. Yes, he may blow by you, but you've got to keep him under control. Don't let him get open shots because he gets hot. And then, of course, everyone has to hit the boards. It's very important for guards to come back and not assume the ball is going to be gathered by the big men.
That'll be a theme all season long for the Warriors. Everybody getting on the glass for the team that struggled the most, pulling rebounds. Off the Ariza miss, Turiaf for the rebound.
Push the ball ahead, and that's what Curry does.
Jackson rocks into a 3. The ball doesn't move around that trip down.
Monte Ellis is ahead, and he can go one-on-one. You're throwing the ball.
Scola's played all 82 his first 2 years in the NBA. Very clever player. He used to play off of Yao very well, but they're going to need more of him this year.
That's the thing. They're looking for him to be a scorer now and a go-to guy, as they are with Landry and Hayes. And you know, and these players are great complementary players when they have Yao Ming and McGrady. That's the difference. So they're relying a lot on Aaron Brooks.
Shot clock at 4. Scola, see the clever delivery around Biedrins. Monte having it knocked away. Turiaf doesn't need to grab it, but he does. Moving off the Rockets.
Got to have good ball movement with this club. You can't get into dribbling and trying to break people down all the time.
Well, there's a breakdown. No foul, no reset of the shot clock. Only 2 to shoot. Jackson doesn't realize it. Now he'll loft it up and hit iron. And Biedrins a new possession.
Curry can take Trevor Ariza off the dribble.
Use the Biedrins screen. Jumper right through.
He's always on balance. You're going to like this kid because he knows how to gather and square up to the hoop.
Brooks rolling Chuck Hayes, flipping it up and out. Turiaf with the rebound, but the turnover on the outlet. And Brooks inside. Curry got a hand on it.
They did a good job on Brooks. Curry came out on him, forced him to put it down.
Ariza shot a lot of threes for the Lakers, but most of them are wide open. A little different in a Rocket uniform this year. Jackson inside. A foul on the Rockets. Stephen Curry, you said on balance, his first NBA basket.
Little pick and roll, comes back to the middle, loses the big man, and knocks it down.
Scola picking up the personal on the rebound.
When I say big man, you're talking about Chuck Hayes playing a lot of center at 6'6".
You see Hayes, good vision on the ball, saved a dunk there as he knocked it away. Chuck Hayes, as I mentioned, when you're SEC Defensive Player of the Year at 6'6", you do a lot of other things because it's not height. It's bulk, it's toughness, it's rebounding, it's want-to, and it's smarts.
Incredible effort.
Monte down the lane, little floater. Jackson battling inside, couldn't pull the rebound. Ariza took it in on Biedrins. Andres contested without fouling. We do have a foul as Curry and Scola came together.
That's where the rookie got caught watching the ball rather than following it in. That rebound was his to be had with the angle.
The tempo's good for the Warriors, but there's a lot of energy without execution thus far.
In the first few minutes of a game, first game, opening one, you start breathing hard. You almost feel like you're not in shape, but you will be. You have to get your second win. Battier is good from the corner.
And he rainbows in the three right there. Shane Battier, he won't take shots from spots on the floor that he's not comfortable. The corner, very comfortable.
Houston was 5 of 18 from three-point range last night in their loss to Portland.
You see him shoot 37% for the game, and Biedrins telegraph, turnover, and Monte saves a layup. Ariza thought he was home free, but Ellis didn't give up on the play.
You talk about pursuit of a man in the open court. Ariza did hold up. That was just an easy steal for Ariza, but he didn't count on Monte Ellis recovering. Telegraph pass by Andres Biedrins. That's good pressure and make him a driver.
Ariza showing going to the rim to lay it up and in.
What an athletic player he is. He has stardom written all over him, but you know, he played alongside some pretty good players with the Lakers last year in that championship run.
He'll be a creator and need to be a scorer himself. Monte creating, getting himself to the line.
Now Monte, you can see, beats people even in a half-court situation, and that's why it's so important for the Warriors to run, because if he can beat people when he's playing 5-on-5, think how he can beat people in 1-on-1 and 2-on-2 and 3-on-3. Then he's going to get wide open layups where he doesn't have to be creative.
Monte at a familiar place for the Warriors. Made more free throws than any team in the NBA a year ago. And it was quite refreshing to see the Warriors 8th in the league in free throw percentage. They got to the line a ton,
they improved, and
they made a bunch. Only the Warriors and then the Nuggets right behind them.
Nearly shot 30 a game. That's getting to the line a lot.
Yeah, it is. Monte dropping in a couple free throws.
Right now, the early going, they just allowed Houston to stay in here because the Warriors have been a little bit cold and some miscues along the way.
Scola on Turioff.
Defense has been relatively pretty good.
Forcing turnaround one-handed throw hooks. We're getting it done.
So Monte's tired a little bit right there. That's just early going because he should have been out running on the wing.
Brooks fought over that screen nicely.
Burr's going to get called for carrying the ball occasionally. That will happen.
See Aaron Brooks, you see that quickness. Clock down to 5. See Jackson on Battier. Battier with the defense, Steven unable to finish. But Scola knocking it out of bounds. Warriors get a new 24.
Houston's going to have to win this year with their defense. With the Chuck Hayes of the world, and Landry and Shane Battier, one of the best in the business. Rick Adelman now in his 3rd year at the helm in Houston.
Jackson, beautiful feed to Turioff.
Late rotation from Aaron Brooks.
Driving, dropping it into Scola. Warriors collapse on him, but tipped up and in by the smallest man on the floor.
I think he got a little help from Andres Biedrins.
I think so too. That'd be a hockey own goal. Chuck Hayes picked the pocket of Biedrins. Look at the Rockets run it back. Ariza runs to the three-point line. Now a year ago in the playoffs you wouldn't get an idea, but Ariza shot only 31% for the season. He upped it to the high 40s when it mattered in the postseason. Murray the mid-range. The Warriors have started cold, 4 of 11.
They need to push the ball ahead and get some easy hoops. That opens everything up. Not only the basket, but their minds.
Scola will pick up the foul. Biedrins will pick up his first, 5:49.
Stephen Jackson has received his fair share of criticism for the comments he made in the offseason demanding a trade. I sat down with the former captain, Jack, and he assured me as long as he's a Warrior, he's here 100%.
One thing about me, I always respect the game. I'll never come out and lie down or fake injury. That's never been me. I'm going to go out and play and respect my teammates and give them my all every night. I have the ultimate respect for Don Nelson, so I can never come out and lay down. I would never do that to him. So, yeah, I mean, as long as I'm here, I'm going to play the same way I've been playing. I'm going to be the same Jack. We'll play with a lot of energy, a lot of respect, and try to win every night and do what I can.
And, guys, Jackson also said he had one of the best training camps in a long time, and he feels great to start this season.
Oh, then that's the whole deal, Jamie. The 82 times he plays between the lines. He's in shape. He's stronger. You can just see the upper body in terms of the lifting. Play the right way and play with these younger teammates. And I think that, I don't know if things have blown over with Stephen, but the last couple of weeks he's just played basketball and worried about that.
That's what I was trying to convey in the open, Bob, is that this team is ready to play, and they've got good spirit and good chemistry.
On cue, the Warriors come up with a steal. Jackson on Scola, right to the rim, and he gets to the line.
He wanted the basket. He wanted the hoop there. That's one of those plays where normally you're going to go to the line for a three-point play.
Stephen Jackson, the last 2 years, really the best of his career. Back-to-back 20-point game season. First time he'd ever done that. Career high in assists and rebounds. Just firing on the free throw. And there was a month where Stephen Jackson was among the best players in the NBA last year. Had the foot surgery and missed the 23 games, as did so many of the Warrior rotation players.
Well, your swingman leads the team in assists over 5.
Free throw split. Just tuning in, Monte, Curry, Jackson, Turioff, and Biedrins started tonight. As Ariza lasers in another 3, so Trevor Ariza is 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. He's got 8 to lead all scorers.
He, like Aaron Brooks, one of those adrenaline players, and you let him get going, and then they think they can beat anybody. That's a great pass inside.
Biedrins able to score.
Now there's a pass off the dribble from someone who has great vision and anticipation.
And stripping Brooks again. Curry's got another steal.
If you run, you'll get layups with this kid.
Finding Monte. You want to settle for the 3. How about the dunk?
The drive and rise.
If you missed any of the preseason, Monte's explosion is back.
How about Curry? Thought he was going to go to Turioff. He just went right by him. And thought probably Curry that Monte's going to take the 3.
Knocked it away. Monte with a steal. Monte on the breakaway. The Warriors have forced 5 turnovers, and the hands are active in the passing lanes.
And if you wonder why Monte didn't dunk the ball, because then that gives Battier a little bit longer, a little more time to recover. He just takes it right up to the rim quickly.
Scola. And that's an offensive foul. Oh, no, it'll be on Turioff. Danny Crawford said and showed the shoulder, but it was Turioff's shoulder into Scola as they battled back and forth.
Turioff has to adjust the teeth.
Battier catch and shoot. There's Chuck Hayes, always working hard.
And Brooks can hit these.
Brooks misfiring. Those long scattered rebounds you spoke of, Jim, as Monte grabbed it. Oh, what a feed! Jackson to Biedrins. Jackson with 3 assists.
Well,
Curry with 3 assists early.
Defense turns the head. You're on the weak side. You cut to the hoop. Andres did. Stevens set it all up. He was waiting. He could just see what was going to transpire.
Can the Warriors play at a quick pace or what?
If they do, they'll have success.
An 8-0 run ended here by the Rocket free throws by Ariza.
Now, a couple of steals have forced them to throw the ball up ahead. But you can do that after a rebound and dribble out. They need to do more of that. Push it ahead.
Trevor Ariza, 43rd pick back in 04 out of Westchester High School. Played with the Knicks. Remember, Larry Brown liked him there.
Yes.
Then a couple years in Orlando.
Stan Van Gundy didn't like him there.
And Ariza for Brian Cook.
That's what I mean.
Not a great trade for the Magic, but then the last 2 years for the Lakers. Now, Brian Cook is a teammate in Houston.
Right.
He doesn't play. Free throw split.
Well, they're counting on Ariza. He was a free agent acquisition. They just essentially swapped our test for it, if you will.
Yeah, and Ariza's 24 years old. I'll tell you the pull-up.
So you get running, you get all the dunks, you get the layups, then everything starts to flow for you.
And watch the Warriors shoot 50%, 8 of 16. Ariza, though, do not leave him at the line. 3 of 4 on threes. He's got a dozen.
You know, we talked before the game, Bob. This is what I'm talking about with adrenaline players. That's why Brooks is the same way.
Jackson, a dangerous pass.
If I see them throw it ahead, that's smart.
They're getting catch and shoot threes. As long as it's not Ariza, the Warriors don't mind who's shooting them.
Without McGrady, without Yao, they're going to play a little more up-tempo game, too.
I'll tell you. Rebound battled for, and Scola coming down with it.
They were badly out-rebounded last night, Houston was. If he hits this one.
I was going to say, it's normally catch and shoot, but in rhythm. And the ricochet will send Jackson on his way.
You bring this one out. Monte's just coming across half court. This is what I'm talking about, that short win you have early in a game. Start the season.
Monte right down the lane, but lost the handle and got it back. Look what I found. Rockets will use a timeout. And already 8 assists on their 9 buckets, and Stephen Curry in the middle of a lot of it with 4 of the 8.
He's got half of it. He's always looking ahead, anticipating. He has a feel for the game. This is a beautiful pass to Andres right off the dribble. Get him involved, and then he finds Monte in the corner. Monte opts for the dunk rather than the 3. But Stephen Curry also has 3 steals, and he really has jump-started this club by stealing the ball and getting them into the open court.
The reason the Rockets hanging around, Jim, the threes. They're 4 of 9 from beyond the arc.
Trevor Ariza has kept them in the game. Otherwise, this would not be a 2-point advantage right now. It would be more like about 7 or 8.
The Rockets go with their 2 small guys. Kyle Lowry was acquired a year ago in the Rafer Alston trade coming over from Memphis. Lowry and Brooks in the backcourt.
Warriors.
Carl Landry missing the jump shot.
Warriors have gone to a zone, and that, to me, always allows for more offensive rebounds. You don't know who to block out. Don Nelson before the game said he wasn't going to play much zone this year.
Ariza took it in on Trevor Ariza. Have yourself a quarter. We have 14.
Well, if Ariza can play like this every night, along with Aaron Brooks' production, then they have a chance. Houston does. But they don't have enough players that can usually score like the Warriors do. The Warriors' depth, albeit young, a lot of scores.
Shot clock at 7. Jackson all the way to the rim.
His best move of the night.
Well, Ariza's playing like Tracy McGrady used to.
Right. But Tracy with that sore knee, and he can't play like that. He can't be explosive. He can't go by people. That's why he's not playing.
Turioff played Brooks well, knocked the ball out of bounds.
Drive the middle, bring people there, and then you reverse and come back. Go to the left hand, so you have an opening on the left side of the basket.
See the quickness of Brooks. Scola dropping it in with only 1 to shoot. Warriors have done well inside with the points in the paint.
This is a plodding team in Houston, along with lightning fast Aaron Brooks and incredibly athletic Ariza.
Monte misfiring on the jumper. Monte's 8 leading the Warriors with Jackson 7. Aaron Brooks. See, little guys playing together. It's Lowry pushing and then dropping off to his counterpart as Brooks hits the 3.
And Lowry, remember him in Memphis. He's a tough little cookie that can get to the basket.
He can guard people too. And Monte will get the block and the roll, and it's a good call by John Goebel. We talk about the Warriors getting to the line so many times a year ago. The reason why is right there as Corey Maggette checks in.
Not much contact here. Lowry tried to get in the way. Now, if Lowry had just kept moving his feet and not flopped, there'd be no call.
Right.
He induced the foul call by trying to change it into a charge. And when he didn't have the angle, Monte will take it.
I love that vertical view because it shows that the quickness of NBA athletes, players almost never beat them to the spot defensively. They're almost always moving. It's almost always a block.
Especially if it's the man that was doing the defending in the first place. If it's an off defender away from the ball, then they can get there.
Ariza missing that three. He's jacked up 6 threes.
He was 2 of 4 last night, so he's starting off the season pretty well.
Warriors on a 20-8 run here as they found their rhythm offensively. Getty just checking in. Where's he going? To the bucket.
He made that look so easy, and yet he didn't really put on his full accelerator.
There's an accelerator with Brooks setting up Lowry in the corner. His three. And McGetty with a rebound.
Watch this.
Long outlet. And that will do it for the quarter before Jackson could get it home. 22-8 run for the Warriors to capture the lead. They shoot 55%. Beginning the second quarter at Oracle, Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Jamie Sire. As the Warriors 22-8 run to close that first quarter.
They started the first 6 minutes of the game, Bob, 3 of 10 and finished 9 of 12 over the last 6 minutes.
Aaron Brooks, Carl Landry now with the ball. David Anderson, who played overseas for 9 years. As Landry scores inside, but Anderson originally drafted by Atlanta, never played in the NBA, but signed after the Yao Ming injury. Very good perimeter shooting big man.
Yep, skilled center.
Playing with Lowry and Ariza. Corey McGetty flashing through, but Landry able to knock the ball away.
Just go up and lay it in quickly if you want an easy 2. Go to gather, gives these incredible athletes time to get back.
Landry got on the floor, got it to Lowry, and you see the toughness of Kyle Lowry. He was a bowling ball in there.
He never shies away from contact.
Ariza went for the steal. Jackson able to ward him off, finding Beatrice. And it squirted out of Andrich's hands. The Warriors have had some point-blank chances go awry here in the second.
Houston's looking to run and get early offense. Now they've got a legitimate center in there to score.
You see the skill level of Anderson, but it's the perimeter shooting. He's played for Virtus Bologna, CSKA Moscow, FC Barcelona. He's been very good in Europe. Comes over as a 29-year-old.
Played with his back to the basket there, but he can play facing up.
Beatrice, nice drive, and just tickles the 10, and Andres to the line.
It's a good acquisition for them, since Yao is out indefinitely.
Beatrice 4 points and a couple rebounds already. Good to see Andres healthy, had the 2 ankle injuries a year ago. Missing the free throw. The Warrior 4-packs in the lower level with Kobe Bryant of the world champion Lakers, or the weekend pack with LeBron, Shaq, and the Cavs. For more information or to purchase tonight, 888-GSW-HOOP, and you can press 1. Log on to Warriors.com and see all the 4-packs. Beatrice missing both. And McGetty having his shot swatted out of bounds, but still Warrior ball. Turioff, who had started alongside Beatrice, now will check back in at center. He only had 5 rebounds. Turioff, McGetty with Jackson, Steph Curry, and Monte Ellis. Turioff rolling. McGetty mistimed the jump. Monte on the offensive glass, and what is with that bucket? Turioff will pick up the foul. The Warriors, a couple missed layups. That one, Monte is kind of shaking his head, saying, how'd that not go in?
Well, it's allowed. You know, the Warriors 54.5% in the first quarter, but only a 2-point lead because of Ariza's hot shooting. But now the percentage has come down. Thus, the Rockets a 4-point lead and the ball.
Warriors have missed their first 4 shots of the second quarter. 3 of them have been layups.
Sometimes 3-footers are the toughest ones to make because you don't know whether to go off the glass straight to the rim.
He's an offensive foul. Turioff drawing the charge.
Rick Adelman doesn't like to call, and I can't blame him. It's kind of nebulous. You go in the middle, those are big guys, you throw the ball out.
Plus it's a pass.
That's what I'm saying. You suck in the defense and you're just creating a pass to the corner. They've been pretty good, though, tonight, leaving a lot of contact go. Weak side screen.
Curry jumper rattling out. Turioff, what a rebound. Banging inside. Rony Turioff.
Needs to play like that all the time. Houston will run.
Oh, Rony went back to block it. What a sequence. Turioff got the rebound, the dunk, and then hustled the 94 feet to block it.
And had a stare afterwards. Got to go back and play defense. But beautiful follow-up, and that's just wanting the ball more than anybody else on that possession.
Turioff came over that screen nicely. Danny Crawford has a rebound. Fouls on Maggette off the ball, but
he realized he had to get back, which he did. He just smothered the shooter.
And what the crowd was yelling about is Kyle Lowry had the ball and just lost it out of bounds. And they gave the ball to the Rockets. So they showed that replay. People were not pleased. Rony, blocks overall, don't do justice to the blocks per minute. Steven Jackson will sit. Klenau Zabuki checking in.
Jackson got a nice hand.
7 points, 3 assists, a couple rebounds.
Now Zabuki now not in great shape because he missed over 2 weeks with that ankle injury of his. He was working out very strongly yesterday.
So we want Lowry to take perimeter shots, and got a foul on the rebound on Maggette. Corey picks up too quick.
Came underneath Anderson. Anderson's up in the air. And sometimes you try to be subtle and move to get a better position. Well, if someone's up in the air, it's easier to move him.
Chase Puttinger out of Arizona taking his first shot. Another rebound foul. This one will go once again on the Warriors. Nelson's going to midcourt because Danny Crawford initially signaled the other way, and then he corrected himself.
Well, the bottom line, Warriors have 4 fouls with 9-10, so next foul, Houston will be at the line having an eternity there for the second quarter.
Anderson realized he has the mismatch on the switch. Puttinger with 3 out of the corner. Another opportunity for the Rockets. That'll be an offensive foul.
Great anticipation from Rony.
8:49 to go in the half. Warriors trail by 2. Well, so far in his NBA debut, Stephen Curry has 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 points. But let's take a look back at why the Warriors drafted him in the first place. He had a fantastic career at Davidson, which was capped off by his junior season in which he led the NCAA in scoring, averaging 28.6 points per game. He also ranked 4th in that category as a sophomore. And guys, as far as his NBA debut goes, he told me he's trying to treat it just like any other day, that he's not nervous, but I'm sure he had at least a few butterflies at game time.
Yeah, I think he was giving you the standard answer. He said he's getting more and more nervous as the day approached. And you said, Jim, the first couple minutes of any season opener, let alone your rookie debut as a starter and playing point guard and handling the ball, that's a lot on his plate.
And that's why he pulled it on that three-pointer initially, his first shot. His second one went down from the free throw line.
Getty missing there. Puttinger high for the rebound.
You know, Curry didn't play point guard until he was a junior. As a sophomore, he was the off guard. Because Davidson had a pretty good point guard, so he was playing the off guard, so he can play both positions.
Well, I like as Anthony Morrow comes to center court, I like you start looking look at Steve Nash's rookie year. 3 points and 2 rebounds. John Stockton, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Most rookie point guards really struggle.
Monte with the turnover there.
Anthony Morrow will check in for Steph Curry. Morrow leading the NBA in three-point shooting. When's the last time that was ever done? Never. No rookie has ever led the NBA in three-point shooting.
I'm just going to make a statement right now, and it may be a little premature because it may start happening next year, but he's one player I just can't get a beat on, Bob, because I don't know how good he can become. Can he become a star? He's certainly capable of it, it appears.
Battier drawing the foul on the drive.
I'm talking about in the Ray Allen mode. He just keeps expanding his game. I don't know how good Anthony Morrow can be. Can he be a sleeper like that and just emerge and all of a sudden become someone that gives you 22 to 24 a night?
Second leading scorer in the preseason behind Carmelo Anthony in the league.
At 22 a game. But and that game he had against New Orleans was absolutely phenomenal.
But Morrow burst on the scene with that 37-point game against the Clippers, and then just got better and better as the season progressed.
Can he be a player, though, that can give you 10 or 12 30-plus point nights in a season, and then another 25 to 30 20-point nights? Can he? I don't know.
So Monte, Morrow, Azubuike with Maggette and Biedrins. And Monte Ellis dropping in the jumper. So Monte 13, Ariza 14, the alley-oop, and Azubuike saw it all the way.
Underrated player. Azubuike had a terrific year last year at 14.5 points a game, and one of the top 5 three-point shooters as well.
Running a lot of ISO Landry here. That lefty hook tickles off iron. Azubuike will push.
Andres got away with a little body bump. A little subtle move by a center defensively.
Azubuike to the rim, putting it up and in, drawing the foul. And you hold your breath because you said Kalena with that ankle injury, but he seemed to fall okay after the contact.
Yeah, he fell enough. Then he looked up to see if the basket went in. That's when you knew he was all right, when he's looking back to see if the hoop was good. He liked it. Nice little double clutch. Stayed with the play.
Speaking of fines, undrafted, Kalena Azubuike. Same thing with Morrow. Same thing with C.J. Watson.
Warriors found some jewels there, and they're still around.
Anderson, that turnaround was effective even against players as tall as LaMarcus Aldridge last night.
Well, now you've got a very, very small lineup.
David Anderson, the European, Australian by birth, but has played extensively overseas. Landry, Battier, Kyle Lowry, and Budinger.
And Maggette's playing that power forward spot.
Just waiting to see if there's help, working with Monte. Monte down the lane, around Battier. That's impressive.
That was more impressive to me than the dunk. That move right there.
Lowry lost it. Biedrins with the steal. Pushing ahead. Morrow.
Right back to him. Right back to Morrow.
Mid-range.
Didn't matter. Monte had it, but Morrow was open as well.
Monte's got 17 on 7 of 12 shooting. Lowry spilled, and Ellis with a foul. And there's what you talked about, Jim. 4 team fouls with 9 minutes. Finally, the bonus was 6:07, but an opportunity for the Rockets to live at the line.
Yeah, they dodged it for 3 minutes, though.
Kyle Lowry was the 24th pick back in 06 out of Villanova. Played the 3 years for Memphis, traded midseason last year. Battling that in, and you'll see Brooks and Lowry play a lot. You'll see Barbosa and Nash play a lot. Duhon, Nate Robinson play a lot. The league is going. Barea, Jason Kidd play a lot. You know, the idea of 2 small guards, quickness and skill level, it's becoming a trend.
Well, it worked pretty well for Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars.
Yes, it did.
Although Dumars was a terrific defender. Won back-to-back titles in 89 and 90. Guards 6'1" and 6'3", and Thomas and Dumars.
Biedrins, an alley-oop that he would want to have back. That pass errantly thrown, to say the least.
Steve Nash, he is pretty remarkable at his age. 34, 35.
You don't have many 34, 35-year-old guards shooting 50% from the field. I mean, historically, that just doesn't happen. After 31, 32, the drop is precipitous.
The way to play Steve Nash is just force it and run at him all the time and make him play defense.
Well, under Alvin Gentry, they won't want to slow it down Friday. Nope. And they'll be more than happy to rip and run with the Warriors.
Alvin Gentry's playing just like D'Antoni did with Phoenix.
Carl Landry, Kyle Lowry with Shane Battier, Trevor Ariza, and David Anderson. Azubuike, Morrow, Biedrins, Maggette, and Monte Ellis.
Rockets are more than happy to have this score at this juncture of the game.
Keep looking at Anderson on whatever small player guards him. He can shoot it. And he's been effective. And Anderson coming up with 6 off the bench on 3 of 3 shooting.
Warriors have been more effective on him when they double team. That time he went solo.
Getty on the reload. That always seems to be a bad decision. Either shoot it right away or don't.
Yeah, because you think about it. That arm gets tighter.
He's cooled down a little bit. Great rebound by Maggette inside.
Here's what he does best. Although the Rockets are back very well. They're all 5.
Zabuki with Maggette. Atlanta couldn't get it off iron. Maggette diving and coming up with possession. It'll be a jump ball. Corey Maggette, he came into camp in phenomenal shape, had a tremendous preseason, had a great rebound on one end, and good effort here.
Came in tonight, got an easy layup in half court, but then they've gone off him and forced him to shoot jump shots. So he's missed a couple, and it's kind of disrupted his rhythm. Warriors, they're not fine-tuned yet. You can see there are some first game, I don't want to call them jitters, just mechanical things that just are not working like they got WD-40 in the veins and the joints.
Steph Curry back in with Monte getting his first rest. WD-40 for the officials, the first games.
Yeah.
They had their quick training camp, and great to see the NBA officials sign their collective bargaining agreement, and the best referees in the world. Morrow, the best shooter in the league, drops into 3.
How about that? Off of a jump ball. Someone fell asleep at the defensive end.
And Anderson, offensive foul, tried to set up shop. Maggette had held position. Now the thing with Morrow, whether it's Curry, Monte, who's ever handling the ball, get him more shots.
What happened is Anderson, the big man, was on his side, so he drifts back into the lane, and Monte drifted back, Morrow drifted back behind the 3-point line. So that was a breakdown on the jump ball.
Steph Curry on the crossover. He's called for the foul. Now, there are subtle signs of respect. You know who's guarding Anthony Morrow? Shane Battier. You know who Battier guards? He guards guys like Kobe Bryant.
LeBron James.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Steven Jackson.
They're not putting Battier on Maggette. They're not putting him on Monte. They're putting him on Morrow. There's Battier coming up with a steal. He's attacking. Biedrins got there.
He got fouled. Biedrins got him on the arm.
Rodgers will pick up the personal. That's his second.
Well, Trevor Ariza is going to be on a very quick learning curve to be a star. He has all the opportunity here in Houston now. And they're relying on him. They're relying on him without McGrady.
He's got the greenest of green lights, believe me. He's got 15 points dropping in the free throw. Sportsnet Central, in depth on everything Bay Area. Warriors opening night. The World Series highlights. Cliff Lee and the Phillies getting it done, and the Niners and Raiders reports. Check out Dave Benz and Mindy Bach tonight on Sportsnet Central right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Knotted at 42. Good scratching and clawing. The Warriors opening night. There's Maggette. Triple threat.
That helps. That helps. Landry still gave him that shot. Now they're going to go right inside to Landry. Well, here's Lowry, one to try.
Morrow gave ground. Azubuike coming back to help the big men rebound. Finding Maggette and having it blocked. Kalena carries on.
Kalena just knows how to get the ball, be relaxed with it, and take what the defense will allow there. They kind of force it up then, took a jumper off the board.
Landry will draw the foul.
Biedrins couldn't get out of the way. He's a little dumbfounded right now.
So's Don Nelson, who comes to midcourt saying, didn't Maggette get poleaxed on his way to the rim? And that's a foul on the other end. Little consistency, please. But on this last play, the one thing you could see, the Warriors stressed in the preseason, they forced the driver to the middle. They had plenty of help. There's an extra effort or second effort defensively. You're seeing a lot of that.
What they'd really like to do, if they can, keep perimeter players from driving it to the middle. And that's your first line of defense. But what you're seeing also is Andres Biedrins, the 5s and the 4 spots, they're very aware of the ball. They're going to shadow the ball side so people don't get beaten, and they don't get beaten all the way to the rim.
Now, the problem for Don Nelson is that Turioff and Biedrins each have 3 fouls. And so you've got a little ways to go here with 3:27 remaining in the half.
Could see Mikey Moore. How about Anthony Randolph?
And Randolph, they're trying to be a little gentle with the tender back after Randolph hurt himself in preseason, but he is coming to midcourt right now.
He's getting close.
Steven Jackson.
He's getting close, though. He's not 100%, he says. He wants to play.
Getty catch and shoot. Biedrins with a rebound. Headband went flying. And Azubuike shoved to the ground as he drops in the jumper. Well, then Azubuike with 7 points and 3 rebounds in 6 minutes off the bench.
Gets the ball. Lowry comes at him. Lowry tried to go by. Evidently a little bit of contact. Ozzy will take it.
We talk about Morrow and gush about his shooting as Randolph checks in. But, oh, by the way, Azubuike was 4th in the NBA in three-point shooting last year.
Just under 45%, right?
Averaged 14 a game, 5 rebounds, and
14.4. Don't forget the .4.
Oh, you and the .4s. Knock that off. Azubuike missing the free throw.
See, but if it were 14.5, so you could say 15.
There you go. You went round. Morrow will pick up a foul. And send Battier to the line. Our U.S. Marines leaders of the game. The three-point shooting in the league featured Morrow, featured Azubuike.
Well, Azubuike goes out as you look at his name up there. Number 4 in the league. Azubuike had a pretty good 6 minutes, didn't he?
Yeah, I would say when you go up with 7 points and 3 rebounds. You know, the three-point shooting also featured an NBA first. Troy Murphy finished top 3 three-point shooting and top 3 in rebounding. Never been done in league history.
Murphy had a breakout season for
career year.
Yeah, he was revitalized. Had a heck of a year for Indiana.
Warriors will see the Pacers.
How about Granger?
First long road trip.
Granger's the kind of guy that great scorer like him that you don't know about.
Oh, he was terrific last year.
Under the radar, wasn't he though?
Jackson missing long.
What a score.
Brooks always putting pressure on the defense. Reza in on Randolph, sent away, but then the follow ricochet in.
They've got a couple of those now. Neither team can shake the other.
Steph Curry, and it was drifting as he shot that ball. Yeah, you want a pizza? Bring a baby. Who can resist the baby? That's why they gave the pizza to that guy. That's not fair. Who's got a baby to spare on opening night? Tied at 48 with 2:19 remaining in the first half. Our Subway asked Bob and Jim from Trey and Fremont, how important is it for the Warriors to get off to a good start this season? Subway eat fresh, and I think as young as the Warriors are from a confidence standpoint, they have to get off to a good start, and the schedule would give them teams that they're going to be battling with. These are not the heavyweights in the West, and they see a lot of them at the very beginning.
But the Clippers are vastly improved, although they're without Blake Griffin right now for an indeterminate time. The Rockets, these are all vulnerable teams that will be fighting for that final playoff spot. I agree with you. We haven't talked about it, but this is a very young team. Still the youngest team in the NBA.
Correct.
Okay. You don't want to shatter that confidence. You want to build on something positive. I think it's very important. It's a great question, by the way.
Battier and Jackson, Ariza and Morrow, Curry and Brooks. Scola back in with Maggette. Brooks, double dribble, just went around and kept dribbling and now picks up a foul. And one thing that's happened in this quarter is the Rockets getting to the bonus has paid dividends, as they are 11 of 12 from the line, helping out their 42% shooting. Well, Aaron Brooks made Rafer Alston expendable, the 26th pick out of Oregon in 07. 11 points a game last year and excelled in the playoffs.
How was he against the Lakers, pushing him to 7 games?
Well, that is the one Laker vulnerability, his quickness at the point guard spot, and he exploited that.
Oh, he had a heck of a run in that series.
And also, he can pass as Chris Rock wherever he goes. Battier.
You know, they beat Portland in the first round.
Yes, they did.
It was a doggone good team.
Getty finding Jackson. Time to tee up the triple. Yes, sir!
Heck, he can read the Spalding on the ball and how many pounds of inflation you put in.
Ariza unable to answer. Morrow with a rebound. Anthony's worked on that.
Keep running.
Jacks hit one. And Scola fouling Getty. Now you just saw, and Curry sensed it. Okay, I've got Morrow on one side and Battier away from the ball. But I got a little two-man game with Jackson and Getty, and I'm going to work it to that side. I mean, it's the subtle decisions you have to make when you're in charge of running things.
And sometimes you're a player floating down the floor. In this last instance, it was Steven Jackson, and he's looking for the ball. Sometimes you want to run through to free up another man. Don't run to a spot even though it's open. You know, think ahead, run through it, and we'll show you some of those plays later on as the season progresses.
So let's say just if he had run through that time, would Getty have a side cleared all to himself then?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then could have just struck immediately to the hoop and scored. Exactly. You saw the same thing.
So Corey knocking down a couple free throws. He's got 6 off the bench. Ariza, he's not like a Randolph. Anthony has been there to send him away a couple times. Jackson in transition. Bang!
I said streak shooters in Ariza, Aaron Brooks. Well, Steven Jackson's in that category.
Jackson's got 13 to back up Monte's 17. Final minute of the first half.
That's great defense from Curry. Helping out, still recovering on Brooks.
Scola in the lane a long time as Randolph pulls a rebound. Randolph's been good defensively.
Oh, no.
Anthony just gave it away.
I could see that one coming.
And then he fouls Battier, going to make him earn it.
Oh, man, did he telegraph that cross-court pass.
When you're 20, you're going to make some mistakes. What I like is he did not give up on the play. It's a bad play there. It's a bad pass, but he's going to at least bust rear end to get there and save a layup.
Here's what happened on the play. This is what I'm talking about a moment ago. Maybe Steven Jackson run through. He's inducing the turnover. Not you know, obviously on purpose. But as you see the play here, he's got his hands up. He's saying, give me the goal. So now he's alerting the defense. See, he's standing still, not coming to meet the ball. Run through, because he just drew Anthony Randolph into that bad pass. Unintentionally, but that's what happened.
So Battier knocking in a couple free throws. Rockets 15 of 16 from the line. Curry, and that's sent away by Carl Landry. Rockets' biggest lead at 1.6. Warriors' biggest lead, 6. And a very even game. From the corner, guess who? Anthony Morrow.
How many minutes, how many shots?
8 minutes, only 2 shots. He's made them both.
Thank you. They need to get this young man more shots. He works without the ball, but sometimes you have to do something yourself with the ball to set him up.
Brooks, deep 2. Rebound foul on the Rockets.
It'd be nice if the Warriors could make these 2 and just kind of extend the lead here, because it'd be their biggest lead of the half going into the locker room.
But they're holding the Rockets to 38% shooting. Okay. They're also out-rebounding the Rockets 24-19. So good defense, good rebound. Why is Houston in the game? They're 15 of 16 from the line, and they've buried 5 threes.
5 threes. That's the big difference. And the Warriors have been up and down. They've struggled at times and been pretty good at times.
Warriors and Supercuts teaming up for a $15 Warrior ticket. Available at all participating Bay Area Supercuts. Log on to Warriors.com for more info. Randolph splitting the free throws. Shot clock off. 11-2 Warrior run. And Brooks down the lane. Randolph bothered him on the shot. Ball loose. Out of bounds to the Warriors with 3 seconds left. Anthony Randolph.
Well, he's a game changer.
Once Turioff and Biedrins have had the fouls, Randolph's been good. Anthony at 2. At 1.5. Why not? He buries a three. The blocks, the rebounds, and the triple. How many threes did he hit a year ago? None. His first NBA three comes at a good time. The Warriors finish the half on a 14-2 run, and youth is served.
Did a great job knowing exactly how much time, dribbling around Scola at half court and going up and arching it. No time left as it goes through.
Getting ready to start the third. TVA, we are missing a key member of our starting lineup on Warrior Television. Our director extraordinaire, Tommy Adza, was dealing with a serious illness, but the entire crew thinking about you, Tommy, and knowing you're watching, critiquing, and figuring how we can always get better. There's nobody better directing TV and Bay Area sports than Tommy Adza.
Always makes me feel very comfortable and relaxed at home on the one shot. Tommy, we know you're doing real well. Think about you all the time. I'm going to email you again.
There you go. So Tommy Adza keeping you in our thoughts. Anthony Randolph really changed the game the last 4 or 5 minutes, Jim.
Yep.
The coaches want him to rebound, defend, and be active and run. Turioff and Biedrins, 3 fouls each, had to go to the bench. Randolph, defensively, was a stalwart in there.
And he's one of the reasons that he can change the game. He's a great shot blocker. He can be a much better rebounder. Don Nelson just keeps imploring him to be a better rebounder. He's not worried about the scoring. It wasn't so bad, though, putting in that three-pointer at the buzzer.
Beginning the second half, Aaron Brooks with Shane Battier, Trevor Ariza, Chuck Hayes, and Luis Scola. Randolph starts the second half instead of Biedrins. Ariza Monte knocking it away. It's Ellis and Curry with Randolph, Turioff, and Steven Jackson. And just starting the second half, this is why I laugh at the, oh, who's in the starting lineup? The Warriors had 47 different starting lineups a year ago. They have 10 to 11 players that can all play. Don Nelson's going to rotate everyone all year long as Scola throws in a prayer three.
And Anthony Randolph was all over him. He looked like a grasshopper coming at you with those arms and legs, and he still hit it.
First three of Scola's NBA career.
Well, Randolph makes the last one of the first half. He makes the first one of the second.
There you go.
It's only appropriate.
Monte, one-handed passes are dangerous, and that one's a turnover. And Steph Curry draws the charge.
Does that get Rick Adelman off the bench? I guess it doesn't, but you come down one-on-one. If you can induce a charge, you've done something that's pretty rare in the league. Ariza didn't realize that he was going to stop that far from the hoop. He expected him to retreat a little further.
Curry on that pick and roll. Steven Jackson, dangerous pass. And one thing with the Rockets, even without Yao, this is an excellent defensive team. When you're talking about Scola and Battier, Chuck Hayes, Ariza, these guys can all guard. And so you get caught up in the air and start throwing the ball away, you're going to be in trouble.
They've got 9 steals now, and at least 5 of those steals are just on careless passes, Bob. They've got 9 steals, the Rockets do.
Brooks in transition, so back-to-back threes. And Houston right back.
They'll shoot a lot of them. They'll run and shoot threes. They'll be content to play half court if that's what you want to do, and play a little ugly and dirty. I don't mean dirty in a bad way.
Rockets, how many times are we going to say a team has doubled up the number of threes attempt for the Warriors? Steven Jackson's got 15. 15 points, 3 assists, couple rebounds. Jackson 6 of 11 shooting. It's an offensive foul again. Then Monte's the one drawing the charge.
They work on that in practice an awful lot. Trying to get a position and catch the opponent when they're unaware. And the officials today call those.
See Battier hustling. Pass.
Was it touched by?
Yes, it was.
Was it touched by Randolph after that? Evidently not. That's what I was concerned about.
So 10 to shoot, still Warrior ball.
Didn't want a double touch.
Monte with the longer Ariza on him. Shot clock at 3. Back up, get some space, and be fouled on the shot. A little shark bite. Good defenders often get away with that.
Monte rose up on that shot. And it had a chance to go in, and Randolph goes up, and I'm thinking, please leave that ball alone while it's up on the rim.
Yeah, just to see if it goes in.
Yeah, I mean, please, it would have counted.
You don't want basket interference. Monte rattling out the free throw. Warrior post-game live coming up after the game. Brooks on the baseline. He can gain separation with his quickness. Brooks has a dozen on 4 of 8 shooting. Adier always lurking. Another near steal.
See, this is if you don't make it here, you don't get the rebound because everyone's standing around. You're easy to defend, easy to block out. That's what the Warriors have to avoid. Have success this year, avoid, just have a few of those plays.
Brooks, beautiful feed to Scola.
And they're back in the game.
A 10-point lead down to 3, but the first 3 minutes of this third quarter played at rocket tempo. Half court to half court. And perfect shooting the ball. Monte. Thicket of red jerseys, knocked out of bounds. It's still Warrior ball, and that will get Anthony Morrow in.
Monte has to recognize when he splits the defenders like that, goes down the gut. Can I finish or can I kick it out to an open shooter and become a point guard in that situation?
Out of bounds play for Morrow, missing the jumper there. Chuck Hayes with a rugged rebound.
Rockets feel confidence here. You can feel it generate from the floor.
The Warriors are shooting 50%, but they have gotten off to a rough beginning to this third.
When you're 50%, you're only up by 3.
Now you're not up at all.
Did I say confidence?
So an absolute blitz by the Rockets, 13-3 run to start the second half with 3 threes made. Monte hanging, corkscrewing. Randolph for the rebound and drawing the foul. Warriors offense has had a lot of one-man forays.
Yes, I know.
In this third quarter.
And only the assertion of Anthony Randolph saved that play. That and a shot that went a little longer than anybody thought it would.
Randolph drop it in the free throw. Now the Rockets are a more experienced team. We'll say that the Warriors play anyone this year.
Exactly.
But you think of Scola and Battier and even Brooks got all that playoff experience. They're going to hang around, try to.
You're not going to rattle them. Get out. I'd have never gotten out of that double team.
Brooks had picked up the dribble. Up and under Scola, just to see the footwork and the cleverness.
I've told people before, it's going to be next year before you see Randolph really develop, because he's going to go for some of those little up fakes, and there was one we talked about.
Rockets still perfect in the second half, making all 6 of their shots. Randolph, beautiful cut without the ball. Randolph, 8 points, 3 rebounds in 7 minutes. Scola again.
He's pretty good on up and under.
He's really good. He's fun to watch.
Well, he doesn't look like a smooth basketball player, but he can get the job done.
Got 13.
You got to pass that ball before.
Steven got stubborn and turned it over, and Scola. Don Nelson hopping off the bench.
You got to pass the ball before the double team comes, before you get in trouble. You can't expect the refs to call everything and bail you out.
I think the Rockets are going to miss a shot this quarter. It just hasn't happened yet. 8 of 8. And out jumper. Warriors on the glass. Morrow and Jackson were both there.
Jackson got it with the left hand.
Hayes. Recovery by Morrow on the back door. Scola's feeling it.
Oh. Did I say confidence a few minutes ago?
Luis Scola now with 17. And he's put in 13 points here in the third quarter. Get Biedrich into the game. Turioff will get the rest. It was Ariza early. It's Scola now, and various Rockets are taking turns. For Houston, the alley-oop off the inbound. It's knocked away. Jackson saves the turnover. Jackson mugged inside. The Rockets headed the other way.
Goodbye.
Aaron Brooks, nifty reverse. The Warriors will use a timeout. So 6:18 remaining in the third. Rockets getting rugged on defense, running it back on offense.
Sonia Curry, as you may have guessed, is the mother of Warriors rookie Steph Curry, and she's with us right now. And I know you watched your husband play for several years in the league. What's it like seeing your son make his NBA debut as a starter?
It's really surreal just watching, him going from running around arenas, just up in the stands and through the locker rooms to actually on the court, playing against players that actually bounced him on their knee and, wrestled with them and everything. So it's really a great blessing.
And you guys are a very athletic family. I know you're an accomplished volleyball player, but you also give Steph some tips from time to time. Is that right?
Oh, yes. And tonight I would really like for him to take that shot, or his daddy's going to make him take that jersey off.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Good genes in the family. Thanks so much. Back to you guys.
Oh, no doubt about it. Seth, the brother, plays at Duke. Dell played for 16 years, one of the premier sharpshooters in NBA history.
And they did a fantastic job of raising that young man. What a mature, thoughtful, considerate individual is Steph Curry. Can't say enough about him. Went to high school in Charlotte.
Shot clock down to 3. Jackson at 2. He's got to come up with something. He does. Got it off firing. Randolph kept it alive. Battier will wall him off, and it will be Rocket ball. Now the Rockets are 10 of 10 shooting in the third. The Warriors are 3 of 10.
Warriors at halftime, 52% to 37%. Now they're shooting less than the Rockets are. The Rockets at 49. Warriors have gone 3 of 10 in this quarter.
Ariza, and it's 11 of 11 for Houston. This can happen in the NBA. A team just gets absolutely red hot. Rockets come from 10 down to take and equal their biggest lead of the night at 6. Take out around Brooks. Beautiful drive to the rim, and he will draw the foul. Late on the iron, but would not drop in. Aaron Brooks and Luis Scola have been phenomenal. And it started with that Scola, first three-pointer of his NBA career, really a throw, as the shot clock was at almost at 0.
You want to talk about someone who lets the game come to him. That's what Scola does. He's very adept at going inside, sizing up the opponent, giving like a little head fake, shoulder fake. He gets Randolph up in the air, up and under. Comes back, he just takes with the defense, and he's just got that, not a jump shot, just a little push shot that he's so accurate with. And Aaron Brooks, well, he's just a little scatterbug all over the court.
Scola's rights were actually owned by the San Antonio Spurs. And he had played overseas, part of the Argentinian national team. And Greg Popovich said, no, I promise we'll get you into the NBA. And they traded him to Houston really for cap relief. Can you imagine if Scola were playing with Tim Duncan in the game?
Yes. Well, there are quite a few international players in the NBA this year, aren't there?
83 total as the Warriors force the turnover. So the Rockets finally don't score on a trip down.
Including that Sacramento kid. That's going to be interesting to see.
Omar Caspi,
how he plays.
Israeli. Corey Maggette inserted, and Corey has not had a good shooting night. 2 of 8 now as he misses the jumper. Jump shots are kind of bailing Houston out a little bit. Kyle Lowry, the drive, flipped it over Biedrich, and there's the offensive rebound is Chuck Hayes. They force a miss, but don't get the rebound. Jackson, good delivery to Maggette, who misses the layup.
Nothing's going right for the Warriors. And the Rockets will keep attacking. Wide open three.
Brooks and Scola been that hot, but the Warriors dodge one there. Maybe that's the deal. Just leave them wide open.
Sometimes that works against great players when they've got a string going. I've done it.
Morrow was held off the ball. Lowry will pick up his 4th foul.
Well, this last play, Lowry misses, but then a follow-up inside. 2 players fighting for position, and just knocked back in.
Chase.
I was going to say, seriously, Jerry West once hit 6-7 straight shots on me. I'm all over him. I backed up and just said, go ahead, take it. I gave him, gave him about 10 feet space. He missed it. Because sometimes it breaks someone's rhythm. Right now, the Warriors have no rhythm.
Down 6 right now. Rockets have never led by more. That one knocked away, but right to Scola.
How do the Warriors get a rhythm? Get a miss, get the rebound, and push the ball and get some easy ones. Oh, inside.
Beatrice, great recovery and a good block.
Now, if Jackson right there drives towards Morrow, brings his man, then he gets it back to him. This is a passing foul. That last play to set him up because Budinger was caught in between. And all of a sudden he said, no, you take Jackson. But if he'd taken one dribble towards the basket, Budinger would have stayed, Morrow would have been open.
Well, it's a dangerous time right now with 3:22. The Rockets cannot be hotter. The Warriors could not be colder. Still in contact down 6, but Houston is finding their rhythm, to say the least.
And everything just rolling in for them. Because, you know what? Sometimes you make your own luck.
Biggest deficit of the night right now at 8. Rockets 13 of 16 for the quarter. Jackson ends the streak. Stevens got 17. Monte's got 20. Scola, well defended by Maggette. Pushed him off the spot.
Scola's human?
Yes, he is.
Oh, they missed it there. Monte was in the backcourt. He had not landed yet.
Lands there, but misfires on the drive. Brooks swatted away by Morrow. But Beatrice tips to a spot that Brooks recovers.
Grabs the ball.
You see the quickness of Aaron Brooks. Good recovery by Jackson on Battier. Budinger. Anyone in a red jersey has become Superman. What a quarter.
And Warriors are content just to walk it up right now. Try something different. Slow it down. Regroup. Well, Monte goes one-on-one.
It's by Brooks, but he's been unable to finish those. He's getting to the rim.
Brooks did a heck of a job clawing at that ball.
Beatrice will pick up the foul on the body bump. The shooting phenomenal and putting up 32 points with 1:25 left. Family and friends, for only $99 versus the Clippers. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 bags of chips, and 4 soft drinks. Log on to Warriors.com or 888-GSW-HOOP and check out the Clippers Friday, November 6th with a family and friends offer.
Yeah, for a while it appeared that the Rockets weren't going to miss at all, but they are 14 of 19 in the quarter. Warriors are 4 of 18. There it is. The numbers are there. And Bob, this is a team last night that scored, we're talking about Houston, 18 points, well, 23 in the first, 18 in the second, 15 in the third. Well, finally they scored 31 in the fourth, but the game was over. They've got 32 here with 1:16 to go.
Pocket 3, and Monte with only 3 to shoot.
And Brooks will go to the line. They'll put him over the limit.
Ellis has 4 fouls. Beatrice has 4 fouls. So Aaron Brooks has 17 points, 9 assists, 3 rebounds. He's firing on the free throw, but yeah, the Rockets got their clunker out of the way last night. And they have found themselves.
At this quarter, they found themselves, haven't they? And how about coming out for them after very disappointingly finishing the second quarter? It didn't bother them, did it?
Right.
Pretty good resilience there. And the Warriors may have relaxed.
So the Warriors from up 10 to down 10. The biggest deficit of the night is right now with a minute remaining in the third.
This is what's great about NBA basketball, though. It can swing. And it can swing the Warriors' way if they can get it going.
Biedrich right to the rim.
His own version of up and under on Scola. Biedrich has got to work on getting just a little hook shot right there. Be an effective weapon for him.
Clear side for Battier.
He doesn't like clear sides too much. He'd rather have that screen.
Go for the steal on Scola. He's going to be clever, shuffle the feet, put it in anyway.
Pretty strong.
Monte, 360. What a finish.
That was absolutely gorgeous. But they got to play some defense.
Don Nelson wanted a quick 2-for-1. It doesn't get any quicker. Monte right there.
That. Spin like that, move, and still know where you are on the floor.
4-second game of shot clock difference. Winding down to third.
Gotta need help here.
Brooks with a throw. That doesn't go. Now down to 5. They're getting in rhythm at 3. Morrow's wide open. He doesn't find him. He lays it in anyway. That's about as good a finish as the Warriors could hope for. Instead of down 10 and the Rockets surging, heading into the fourth quarter, Warriors glad to see the third over, where the Rockets went 15 of 21, held the Warriors to 7 of 21 shooting. Luis Scola, 15 of Houston's 35 in the quarter, and Aaron Brooks had 11 of his 18 in the third. So
26 of the 35 total between those two. And also Scola, Warriors missed so many shots. He just grabbed, it seemed like, every rebound. He got 6 defensive rebounds in that quarter. But they just got it going like that, and you could just see their confidence just growing with each possession.
Curry, Azubuike, Maggette with Biedrich and Morrow. Anthony Morrow.
This will help.
Out back iron. And Chuck Hayes with the rebound. It's Hayes, Ariza, Brooks with Budinger and Carl Landry.
The first thing you do, you don't worry about your offense. You worry about that defense and see what you can tighten it up, change things. A little more pressure on the ball. A little more alert from the weak side.
Landry with the shot clock at 4. The Warriors played a good sequence there defensively.
R&R, rebound and run.
Getty.
That's good defense.
Yeah, Chuck Hayes put his hand right on top of the ball. It's off if Houston be Warrior ball. Do not show the ball to Chuck Hayes. He has strong hands.
These players, Chuck Hayes, Battier, Landry, do an very good job of moving their feet and retreating, going to where the offensive player is going.
Curry feeding Biedrich, and that extra pass ends up being stolen.
And for Andres, that's turnover number 4 I got, but they've missed one along the way.
Budinger triple. The three-point shooting for the Rockets has been incredible. 10 of 20, 50% from beyond the arc.
Hard to beat a team that's shooting like that.
Getty having it knocked away. Biedrich batted it, but Budinger comes up with it. And Brooks travel. Yeah, if you shoot 50% on threes and shoot a large number, you know, they do the whole, if you shoot 33%, it's like shooting 50% from the field.
Right, that's right.
Well, 50% on threes. Out of 20 possessions, if you made every shot, you'd have 40 points. Well, in this one, they have 30 points on their 20 possessions. Curry rainbows in the jumper. Steph Curry, 4 points, 6 assists, 3 steals. It's ISO Landry. Say Maggette pulled him down. That's a foul on Corey Maggette. It's his third.
Well, he had the jersey. At first, he let go. Any kind of contact was initiated long after Corey let go of the jersey. He didn't pull him at all.
Budinger.
He's a catch-and-shoot player. Originally drafted by Detroit. And number 44 selection. But you have to know a player's strength, and he's not going to put it on the floor real well, but he can shoot open shots. And Maggette.
That was wide right. Corey is 3 of 12 shooting. Budinger, all 9 of his points, 3 threes. Looks good recovery by Curry. Biedrins tapping to himself.
But you can't run this because Brett Brooks is in the backcourt.
Azubuike dunking it down.
Brooks made a mistake by going for the rebound when Andres already had it, tried to make a steal. So it left him short-handed at the other end.
Warriors down 8, trailed by double digits. Wonderful second half by the Rockets. Ariza driving, went to send it home. Biedrins sent him away.
He got clobbered.
Maggette around Budinger, and he will get to the line.
You saw Brooks in the backcourt, couldn't recover. They go right down the gut, then pushes the ball up, and Curry, doesn't take long for him to recognize something and get the ball out of his hands. I would say that this young man is right now the best passer on the team already.
7 assists for Curry. Maggette dropped to get a free throw. Warriors 13 of 19 from the line. Maggette, the rebound numbers are good, but he's been more effective shooting the ball. Last year, much more than 3 of 12.
They've taken away his strength tonight. They're not letting him get by somebody. They're retreating, and they're saying, we dare you to take an outside shot. When you drive to the hoop, we're going to retreat and just dig at the ball.
Back to within 6. 3 minutes into the fourth quarter, Ariza wide open. Trevor Ariza with 22 to lead the Rockets.
He's a real find.
Morrow reversing. Biedrins carrying on.
Haven't seen much of Andres tonight doing that, following up, being alert, no foul.
Ariza, a wild shot to Chuck Hayes.
Yeah, they denied it there. They gave ground and made him take a prayer.
Lowry knocked away. Morrow push ahead. Azubuike in a foot race. He'll win it.
There's your little start for a comeback. Little by little here.
Rockets take time. From down 10, they get it to 4. A sellout crowd at Oracle exhorting the defense. Anthony Morrow led the league in three-point shooting a year ago, received that recognition before the game as the league gave him the plaque for winning that three-point title. 1 for 2 on threes tonight as the GM Larry Riley handing that to him. And I'd like to see Anthony Morrow get into the three-point shooting contest at the All-Star game. You got to let the young fella in there.
Well, he didn't get it last year, even though he was #1. And even at the All-Star break, he deserved it, but they overlooked him. So I don't think that will happen this year, Bob. That would be a cardinal sin.
Biedrins, Maggette, Morrow, Steph Curry, and Azubuike. Kyle Lowry, Scola with Carl Landry, Trevor Ariza, Chase Budinger. Aaron Brooks getting a rest right now. And
well, Andres picks up his 5th.
Landry tried to roll, and Biedrins impeded that.
He tried to slip the screen, and the Warriors were waiting inside. It was good recognition underneath by Maggette, but Andres didn't know that.
Turioff hustling off the bench. So Biedrins, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, but 5 fouls with 8:05 remaining. Tough cover for Maggette on Scola.
He didn't let. That's just turning your head again and someone cutting.
Chase Budinger has been huge for the Rockets. 11 points in 11 minutes. Very good productivity on 4 of 6 shooting. Maggette from deep.
Not his game right now.
He's 3 of 13, and he's playing with better shooters than Morrow and Azubuike, and yet he's living on the perimeter. Landry putting it in. Azubuike down the lane with a right-handed hammer. Move the ball, make the defense react, and then go to your offensive move.
Started to make a pass cross court, just held on to it. The defense went away, so he said, I'll go right down the gut. Well, this is automatic here.
Scola missed because Turioff came to bother him. The Rockets hustling, and they get the possession. Did not hit iron, remains Houston ball with 10 to shoot.
It appeared it slipped right out of Scola's hand. That might have been the easiest shot he had this half.
Monte Ellis back in. Morrow will sit. Landry wing jumper. Maggette. He's rebounded the ball well tonight. He's got 9 pulls.
Someone's got to run with Ozzy.
Dribble it off his foot. Got it to Curry. Mid-range shot. Good!
That's what his mother said to do. To Jamie Simon a little while ago. Take the shot.
Steph was 1 for 6 in the first half, 2 and 2 in the second half.
His dad's doing color for Charlotte Bobcats up in Boston tonight.
You don't want to see the final score of that game.
I know.
Ariza misses 92 to 59.
I know. Well, Boston was pretty good going to Cleveland last night, where they were. Cleveland won at least 2 home games last year.
They lost to Toronto tonight. Turioff is fouled. So midway through the fourth, and the game hanging there right now as Turioff will shoot 2. Scola picking up his third.
You're going to need those.
Landry creating space. Back out to Ariza, and he hits another 3. Rockets win this game. It's going to be the three-point shooting. 12 of 23 from beyond the arc. Incredible.
They missed the push-off by Landry, and then it appeared he left his feet, left the ground, and it could have been a jump ball because he never released the ball. That's a moot point now.
Maggette's perimeter shots are hurting the Warriors right now. 3 of 14 shooting.
Yeah, this is unlike Corey, not to recognize that and do something different.
Clock at 7. Landry is eating that up. 5:01 remaining in the ball game. Ariza, 1 off his career high, and the three-point shooting. Story of the game right there. 12 of 23 for the Rockets.
Rick Adelman is getting production from players that couldn't produce last night in Portland.
The Rockets shoot 12 of 23 on threes. Any team does that, and you're not going to lose very often.
Yeah, in that 35-point third quarter, they were 4 of 5. Then Budinger comes in, and he just strikes at 3 of 4 for Chase tonight.
And the Warriors have seen that power forward matchup get exploited with Landry and Scola. Rockets a year ago lived off, but that was a lot of Yao Ming in and out. This is more perimeter guys creating and moving the ball. Budinger's been very good in his second game of his NBA career. Stephen Jackson back in with Azubuike, Turioff, Curry, and Monte Ellis. Monte driving, Budinger gave ground, Monte banking it in. Scola, Ariza, Carl Landry with Aaron Brooks and Budinger.
So Jackson on Ariza. And Monte on Budinger. Here's the matchup that's been giving the Warriors problems.
Oh, Azubuike couldn't have played him any better. Landry hit a turnaround fading 16-footer. Carl Landry's got 10 off the bench. I'm going to give Houston credit. They've just made shot after shot. Turn off. Coming up with contact, losing the ball. Budinger another three. And Jackson will be called for the push-off on the rebound.
Well, this is the time where you take a look inside and you just got to toughen it up. And you've got to have a mindset and a competitive juice that you're not going to give in. You're not going to let someone come in here and beat you. You've got to give the best effort you can possibly give. That's an offensive foul.
Ariza jumped into Azubuike. So Trevor Ariza with 5 fouls. Time's a wasted for the Warriors right now. 3:50 left. Watch the team throw in shots from all over the place in the second half.
Relying on a rookie point guard right now with the ball in his hands.
Turiaf missing the layup.
Go to the backboard with the ball because there's no one on the right side. Rather than finger roll it in. What a play by Curry, and it just goes without reward.
Brooks misfiring. Landry the rebound, and Scola. It's a warm-up shot, and he missed it. Could not have been more open. Coming upon 3 minutes. Monte soaring to the rim. 7-point game at the 3-minute mark.
And no one's left, nor should they.
Rockets using clock. High screen roll with Scola.
Curry did a good job feeling the screen, knowing where it was.
Shot clock down to 4.
Forcing left.
Scola, deep wing jumper. It's been his night. Beating the shot clock buzzer. Luis Scola with 21 and 11.
That was a killer.
Curry jumper right there. Perfect in the second half.
That's a good answer. But Curry played Aaron Brooks perfectly. Didn't let him escape. And Scola hits a 21-footer.
Scola again. Budinger looked down at the line. Missed the three. 2 minutes left, down 7.
Houston did a good job getting back once again. Doesn't even need a screen. He can just take him off the dribble.
Curry wing jumper, good!
He doesn't need a screen there with Budinger.
Within 5. The ISO for Scola. The wheel on Turiaf. And he's got to foul him as he blocks the shot. Rocket lead is 5, 1:34 remaining, and Scola free throws on the way. Chance to look at tonight's Honda great drive of the game. Kalena Azubuike is 6 of 7 shooting because it's been high percentage shots.
Well, he has been absolutely superb tonight in limited minutes. Played a little under 17 minutes, and he's created those 13 points and only missed 1 shot. And he's just a solid basketball player and becoming a really good defender. You talk to Keith Smart. He was one of their better defenders early in training camp in the early preseason.
Well, 13 points, 5 rebounds in 16 minutes on 6 of 7 shooting. I mean, that's about as good as it gets.
That's good production. And plus, he's unselfish. He makes the right play. Doesn't force it. You know, a player does have to know his limitations as well, and Kalena certainly knows. what to do when he has the ball in relation to the defenders.
Luis Scola has done everything well tonight.
That's
but his first free throw of the night goes off. 21 and 11 for Scola. And he misses them both. And the Warriors don't get the rebound, but the steal by Monte. Curry comes up with it. And he tried to throw it to Biedrich and underthrew it. Key turnover.
Yeah, rookie mistake. Steven Jackson had a three. Had a three right over his right shoulder, which would have cut it to 2. They sniffed out. The defenders did that lob.
And Brooks from deep. Big rebound loose. Kyle Lowry comes up with it. The turnovers, the offensive rebounds, and the long plays right there, both going Rocket way.
3-pointers missed, yield long rebounds, sometimes to the advantage of the offensive player.
Scola, shot clock at 5. Brooks down the lane. Battier to beat the buzzer, rimming it out, and Azubuike with the rebound. Warriors need points, they need them in a hurry. 2-possession ball game. Rockets have a foul to give. Monte to Curry to lay it in. Now, do you foul? There's a 4-second game and shot clock difference.
No, do not foul. Because I don't like the foul there. Because now you give them a chance to make it a 2-possession game.
Well, the Rockets used a timeout. The Warriors did not commit a foul. It's a 22nd timeout. Now they'll make it a full. So 22.1 left with 18 to shoot in a 1-possession ball game.
Warriors are okay with timeouts.
And so you're saying don't foul, free throw game, extended, or any of that. Try to play defense and get a shot to tie it.
And take the timeout, get the ball on half court. They're going to foul you real quickly, so they're going to probably have to take it out again.
Well, for the Warriors, they've seen the Rockets go 12 of 26 shooting on threes. And the difference tonight, really, Houston, how many nights are they going to make this many threes, shoot this percentage? And Scola really carried the day when they needed it most in that third quarter.
Well, outscoring the Warriors by 16 in that third quarter, that really did it. And when you shoot, 14 of 19 in the quarter, and Aaron Brooks is hot, Scola's hot, you met a hot team tonight. Ariza got them going early on, but the Warriors have fought back. But they've been their own worst enemy at times by not moving the ball ahead, taking ill-advised shots, and just not having much offense there. The defense, you couldn't do much about it when they're shooting that hotly.
And for the Warriors, they've gotten good nights from Monte with 26, Jackson 17. Azubuike, a wonderful night with 13 off the bench. Maggette struggles hurt the team in that third and beginning of the fourth. So down 3. 4.1 second game and shot clock difference. Plenty of timeouts. Remember, the Rockets have a foul to give, so the Warriors get the ball back.
But they can use that to their advantage. Just see just how far they run their own shot clock down. That's going to be key.
Battier with Lowry, Scola, Ariza, and Brooks.
If I were the Rockets, I wouldn't even take a shot at all until 1 second to go.
I think Aaron Brooks has the same idea.
I mean, all the way down is what they should do.
High screen roll. Brooks down to 2. And he traveled.
He got, oh my word. Rick Adelman is having a conniption.
6.6 left. The Warriors take time. They'll move it to midcourt. So the Rockets turn it over. The Warriors come up with a stop.
Well, there used to be a force-out rule, but Monte just rode him to the baseline. Let's watch it. You'll see. Is there any contact there? Well, Monte then went away. Holy mackerel.
Now here's the age-old Jim leading by 3. Will the Rockets elect to foul on the catch?
Well, they will initially because they've got a foul to give just to use a little time.
Rick Adelman saying we had contact there. Instead, the walk was called. So you're saying Houston will foul right on the catch. They have a foul to give, first of all.
Yes.
Obviously, the Warriors have to have the 3.
Well, they may foul on one dribble, but they're going to foul. That would be the wise thing to do.
Now, if you're the Warriors, are you anticipating that if someone comes near you to foul, throw it up and foul in the act of shooting a three? But if you don't get that call, you're in trouble.
They never call that. They never give you that. They never give you the benefit of the doubt. Rick Adelman, you kind of just subtly, just like his personality, he's very unassuming. He's number 12 on the career wins list.
I don't think you go down any list of underrated coaches without Rick Adelman. I mean, you would be stunned at the amount of wins he has.
He's got 11 seasons with 50 or more wins. But that doesn't matter anything right now. Let's see what the Warriors can do. 6.6. They were lucky that Brooks made that move a little earlier. He's still appealing to Danny Crawford. It's going to be to no avail.
Steven Jackson, three-point shooter. Anthony Morrow, three-point shooter. Stephen Curry, three-point shooter. Monte and Beatrice. 6.6 left. Warriors down 3, need the triple in the worst way. Rockets have a foul to give. Jackson having problems getting it in. Morrow being held. Morrow turns, fires, rimmed it out. The rebound inside, put up and in at the buzzer.
That's all he could do.
But that won't matter.
That's all he could do. Or they didn't foul.
Morrow had the pump fake, had 2 defenders on him. And the 3 would not go down.
I think they were afraid to foul because he would get 3 free throws, evidently. Once he caught the ball, Andros fell down. They didn't get close enough. And so as time was expiring, they said, well, we'll just play it straight.
A year ago, the Warriors had 12 losses at home by 5 points or less. The home opener ends up being a 1-point defeat at the buzzer on a night where the Rockets go 12 of 26 on threes and do just enough to hold off the Warriors. 108-107, the Rockets with the win.